host Tyler, Jay with a flair. Comedy, culture, news, and life sweet spice. Serve it up hot. Oh, it's always nice. Laughter echoes through the digital street. Friends catching up, ain't that a treat? Jokes that ring sharp as a knife. They dive deep, set your spirit alight. HollingsWorthless, yeah, tune in tight. Three pals jiving, everything feels right. From comedy to culture, every news bite they bring the light. On a Tuesday night. Hits the punchlines quick as a flash. Tyler's stories always crash. They drops wisdom like a silent storm. Together they create a show that's more. They talk about the life, the love, the strife. Turn mundane moments into pure delight. Each Tuesday just feels right. It's more than a show, it's a piece of life. Culture served on a silver plate. News and views that resonate. Committed gold, you can hide your way. It's a weekly fix, don't delay. Culture served on a silver plate. News and views that resonate. Committed gold, you can hide your way. It's a weekly fix, don't be late.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to HollingsWorthless Program. I'm one of your hosts, Big Irish J. Hollingsworth, and as usual, we have the Hooligans, the Goon Squad, the usual suspects, three of a kind, trips, three men, no babies. Shout out to Baby Miles, three musketeers, just the three of us, three's company. No Mr. Furley, starting with, you've seen him on Amazon Prime, his great special, Part-Time Famous. He's the host with the most. He is part-time famous, but full-time funny. Carlos Anthony.
Yeah. I'm in here. We in here. What's going down?
Next, we have the Seattle native, a.k.a. Chief Green Cloud, a.k.a. Hiawatha Smokin', a.k.a. Sacagawea, a.k.a. Potta Hot Mess, a.k.a. Chief Spittin' Bull. They call him the box checker. They say he's uncancelable. Oh, fucking boo.
Oh, my mic's muted. My mic's muted. Murderer.
Hey, I'm not racist. Tyler didn't call me Joseph Smith.
What's up, murderers?
And I was laughing as we came into it. Shout out real quick in the chat. We got Sandy, Derek, comedian Carlos Anthony. No, I was gonna say I was cracking up during the intro song playing. BS Jeffrey, what up? Because Carlos is very tired and Tyler's kind of tired, and I'm pretty good energy right now, which is the flip from how it usually is. Usually I'm kind of tired, but so in the intro, I'm just in the fucking screen going like this, fucking jamming on the song, and I'm looking at both of you just like, Jesus Christ. But Got a great
We're
show.
gonna hold it down. We're gonna hold it down, man. We do what we have to do.
We got a great show for you today. And before we start anything, I want to give a belated birthday to not you, Sandy J. We already celebrated yours. To Tyler Smith. It was Tyler's birthday this last weekend, and he went and did well. First, happy birthday, Tyler.
Happy birthday, my brother.
Thank you.
That's the new helmet that you got for your birthday?
I got this helmet at my birthday party. I'm I turned 40.
Okay.
Did you turn
Not
40?
quite as nice.
Is that the number?
That's the number, dude. I'm 40 now.
Happy 40th.
Yeah, man. I feel old. I'm tired all the time. I took 2 naps today.
Did you wake up with something sore?
Yeah, my butthole. Wait, I'm just kidding.
Actually I had texted Tyler last week, and I was like, "Hey, when is your birthday?" Because couldn't remember if it was this month or if it's in October, and he never got back to me. And then I talked to him Sunday, and I was like, "By the way, I would text you, when's your birthday?" And he goes, "Oh, it was yesterday, buddy." Like, oh man. So I love you, Tyler. I want to just say happy birthday.
Hey. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I mentioned it on the pod that it was going to be over the weekend, but it's whatever.
Wait, the podcast that we did not do last week?
Oh yeah. It was I mentioned it on a different podcast.
Oh, great. A lot of good that did me.
There you go.
Yeah, and I got something before I get it, I want to make sure it's a good gift. I'll talk to you about it afterwards. But anyways, one of the things you did for your birthday, you went to what do you call it? A Renfaire festival or
Renfaire, short for Renaissance Fair, if you want to be fancy. Had like a birthday weekend. Tori took me ziplining the day before we went to Renfaire. So we went up to Camino Island and then went up to these like tree canopies and ziplined in between these trees, dude. We're like 50 feet in the air going like 500 feet. One of the zip lines was 650 feet, which is 2 feet shorter than the Space Needle. And I'm flying down it, dude. And it's definitely meant for like, this is like a parent and teenager type of activity, because that was like mostly everybody there was like preteens and parents. And then like a few couples of like people who were like, we do things. And then like a few childless couples. And then there was just one chick by herself, which was like, What the fuck are you doing here? I go ziplining everywhere I go. It's just like one of my favorite things. She's just like into it. And I ziplined between the really long one, and you're supposed to cannonball to go fast, but I'm already like, I'm a big boy, I'm like very near the weight limit for ziplining. So I'm already going as fast as you can go on these things. So
welcome to the first 52 years of my life, Tyler.
yeah. About like you stick your legs out if you want to slow down. So I like stuck my legs out and I just whacked a branch on my way through. And I was like, God damn it. So that was fun.
Natasha.
And then the next day we went to Renfaire, and Renfaire was a lot more fun.
Okay, hold on. Before you get into, because I want to hear all about this. First, is this your first Renfaire?
So when I was a kid, I went to a type of Renfaire. It was basically night fighting that would happen, because I grew up in Germany, and there were like literal castles all around us, and there was like reenactments of knights fighting. Like they have a lot of those in Germany. It was fun. I got to be a squire for a night.
They had a lot of that in the Hawthorne, a lot of night fighting too.
Yeah, it was pretty badass. I mean, when I was a kid, I remember thinking that they were like really going at it. Like they were like whacking the shit out of each other.
Whacking?
Yeah, they were really whack-a-moling each other.
Whacking it out.
But at this Renfaire, there's timed events, and at 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock, there's jousting. And I was like, man, I wonder if they're going to be doing like full on jousting. Like if this is going to be a legit, like, are they going to do it like they did when I was a kid? And you see these knights, dude, and they fucking armored up, they suited up, and they fucking go at each other with jousts. And the I don't know what it is, the pole arm or whatever, the thing that they hit the other guy with, like freaking shattered and exploded on impact. And then you realize that when you're watching this that this is that Renfaire is medieval WrestleMania. It is 100% a medieval WrestleMania. So like the things are designed to explode on impact, and they're not necessarily hitting each other full speed, but it looks really cool, and they did a really good job of the production value on it. So you're immersed. And then when they start actually sword fighting and getting off their swords and stuff, you're like, oh, this is very much staged and very choreographed, but they do a really good job of it. And like there's each corner of the arena is like your country, and they tell you who you're rooting for. Like, so there's Scotland, there's England, there's Spain, and then there's France. And the French guy kept cheating. Like he was like the like he was like
fucking
the dude.
dirty frogs.
Yeah, it was like the who
fucking
like,
rat catchers.
Right.
that damn rat catcher over here. He was like very comically cheating in all of the events, because they would have like night events that led up to that. Like one of them was you would ride your horse from one side to the other and like take like a mug, fill it with water, and run it back. And then the first team that got their pitchers filled with water would win that round. And he was like, like pouring, like he would grab a big scoop of water, then he'd pour it in his mouth and then scoop another one. And like, so he'd spit the water out and pour it in there. It was like a really good, it was theatrical, it was fun, but you knew he was cheating, and they'd always call him out. Crowd would boo, whatever. But it was like it was a fun event. It was a fun event.
No, this was all when you were a kid, or this is what happened over the weekend?
This is what happened over the weekend.
Okay. No, I was because
I was having a childlike fun. I was definitely having.
I knew how excited you were. Fucking Natasha said, "Is this how Caucasians feel during Black History Month?"
Wow.
We get August, man. Every August. Every August. Which is unfortunate because you got sunburnt.
Holy shit, that's funny. Oh god.
That's hilarious.
Like, we should get June. Or February.
And Natasha, we were talking about I think you might have came in right after we said it's Tyler's birthday this last weekend too. And we'll talk about Sandy who was out here for her birthday 2 weekends back. But now Natasha brings up a question I have. Is there any black people there at Renfaire?
Man, I would say
only the people who were working in the background. Yeah,
there was people in full suits of armor. I can't tell what skin color they were, but
I'm going to safely speak on behalf of my people and say no.
You know what there were though?
It's actually short for Ren Fair Skinned.
There were Asian people there though, and they were dressed up like samurais. It was really fun. Like you would see a bunch of like it was a few Asian folks that in different parties that you would see decked out in a samurai gear, which I thought was great.
Do you remember when I did your dope show? And I did in the high set, I said that smoking weed turns you Japanese, because whenever I smoke, the media
I don't remember that.
So stupid. Oh god, sorry.
We just like to say here at the HollingsWorthless Program.
I still got to get that from Manny, just where I can just hit a button and then it does the.
We just like to say here at the HollingsWorthless Podcast.
Microphones. And yeah, I saw you were dressed up. The one thing I shouldn't laugh, but I saw you had a buddy there.
Post.
Yeah, do you have can you bring up the picture you posted?
We need to see I need the full visual.
There was one of your friends that wasn't really doing the whole Renfaire dress up though.
Yeah, there was a few, like one couple didn't dress up.
It was the guy in the wheelchair.
No, he did dress up.
I mean, he had a wheelchair that had like top of the line wheelchair. It wasn't like wood wheels or anything.
It was a push wheelchair. It was actually kind of it wasn't a great one, but he his electric.
You should have been carrying him in like a baby Bjorn or on your back.
Could have, but we did not. Let me see if I can do a share.
See, that's how the black folks would have showed up too in regular ass clothes. It's gonna
Fucking
come
some flip flops,
out. Right.
house shoes.
A wife
Oh,
beater and some shorts. Oh,
Oh,
my
fuck.
God. Mm-mm. Yeah, we need to see. And we had to catch this. B.S. Jeffrey's birthday was
Happy
last
birthday
Tuesday.
to
Happy
the B.S.
belated.
Jeffrey. Look at Sandy,
All right.
B.S. Jeffrey, and Tyler. Oh, there we go. Could you make it smaller, possibly? Is that wallet size? You know how to blow it up, Tyler?
Not really. Let me see. I
All
guess
right.
I can.
Is
go
that you in the middle?
Yeah, this is
He did. The dude in the wheelchair did dress up. All right.
yeah. He was dressed like a monk, and you could see that he was wearing a monk wig. So he had a bald cap, like a bald crown
nice.
with like the
Yes, indeed.
That's great.
silly monk outfit. So three of my friends.
Is that
Andy in
Coletta on the
back-
far right?
That is my Coletta, yeah.
And then the Baldilocks, fucking big head, is I know him.
That's JR, yeah.
Yep.
They followed my suit and got just regular kind of like cloth tied shirts, and they're like available on Temu, and they're kind of stylish because this is like what people wear, in foreign countries. It's like regular clothes. So here, let me slide my camera over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and then my three buddies, Nam in the middle, and then Andy in the back, and then the guy in the wheelchair, Dan, they all dressed up like monks. But it was kind of funny because they bought those costumes for like $30 each. And I was like, dude, you could have got a full outfit from Temu for $30 and been totally fine. But they all looked pretty funny.
Is
And
that Nam that looks like a witch in front of you?
Nam
Holy
grew his
shit.
hair out and he has white streaks through his hair now. 'cause he's
Okay.
a old man. But yeah. He and then that's Taylor, that's JR's wife, and then Valerie, that's Dan's girlfriend, and then the Sparks is the couple on the far right. And they didn't dress up, but they still had fun. Everybody had fun. It was a good time.
It's the whisper for me.
See if I can
Dressing other countries.
But this photo is pretty funny because this was us right when we walked in here, and this old lady greets you. She's like a Walmart greeter, and she tells everybody like the fair, what's happening in the grounds today. Like there was a scavenger hunt for 3 gnomes, and if you find the 3 locations,
3
bring back
gnomes
for a prize. And she was doing this whole theatrical voice, and she totally thought that she had captured our attention because we were all gathered for a group photo. And she just walked in front of us and started doing this. And we're like, yo, get the fuck out of here. So you can see Gwen's face, my friend to the far right or far left. She's just like, yeah, get out of here.
I didn't ask for this. That's hilarious.
Oh,
what the heck
fuck.
are you doing?
Sandy said, so cool. Carlos, next time I come to Vegas, we are going to go to one of these for dinner, and Jay is going to make the arrangements. Oh, okay, nice. She said her and Angel make one whole black person.
There it is.
Oh,
they don't have a medieval times here.
they have the dance, the jousting, the dinner thing.
Yeah,
At Excalibur.
it's gotta be at Excalibur.
They might, but I think there's also a place that's a standalone. I know that they have them in LA. I went to one in LA. They like bring you a big fucking chicken leg or turkey leg.
They got them in Atlanta. I went to one in Atlanta. Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, so okay,
Wow.
Carlos, you've been to someone.
Let's be very clear. That was my son's 16th birthday party. That's where he wanted to go. So we went to medieval times.
It's
Hell
cool.
yeah.
You had fun. You can have fun. You can.
We had a great time. It was great.
Renfaire is basically just a tented market outside of one of those jousting things. Like the jousting thing is definitely the main event. And then there's just hundreds of vendors that are selling fantasy getup. Like it's almost all Dungeons and Dragons
medieval Slossons.
Slossons. Oh, like
you don't know what Slossons is, dude?
Yeah, swap meet. It's a swap meet. It's
yeah.
primarily in LA in the hood. You should try to wear that outfit there.
I'm sure.
I'm sure you would get a lot of attention.
But basically, yeah, there's all these markets. They're selling Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Like there was like 4 tents exclusively selling dice. A lot of sword vendors. You could definitely walk away with a sword there. Very fun event.
Sword.
Then there's like a strip of food carts, and the food carts were like, I'll say it, they were not good. At least the ones that we went to, they were awful. We went
Well, they serve like fucking rat or roadkill.
Well, there's a turkey leg, and then there's like pizza, there's Mexican, there's like it's like
What?
everything you would expect.
What kind of shit is this?
Wench, bring me my pizza.
Yeah, we got a quesadilla and nachos, and I was like, this is a very Renfaire.
Hilarious at Renfaire.
But it was because it was the shortest line there, is why we went. So
And can I get that medieval Sprite with my nachos?
I know it definitely wasn't fully immersive when you go to the food court.
Can I get a Miller Lite?
Hilarious though. Out of all this going on, they say, "No, this just throw some regular food."
funny.
Whatever you
This
want. One of the places was called the Egg Roll, and they didn't sell egg rolls. Like, wait, why would you go with this
fuck.
name? This is left over from the
Oh
guys
my
last year.
God.
All those dice with the power to roll your money away. Yeah, Carlos, did
Exactly.
you ever? Because Tyler's a big D&D guy, played it growing up and still
Mm-hmm.
plays it. Did you ever play D&D?
Nah.
Yeah, I
I
never.
watched the
I never-
movie. Yeah, I watched the movie back in the day. You are talking about Dungeons and Dragons, right?
With
Yeah.
Marlon,
Yeah, I
or
watched. Yeah, I
with
did
one of the
watch
Wayans
movie.
brothers.
No, they didn't.
What?
Wayans brothers did a Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, dude, one of the Wayans brothers. I think it was Marlon Wayans was in Dungeons and Dragons the movie with
Oh, wow.
What?
The
I
new
don't
one, the
remember
most recent one.
no, not the most recent one. The
That's
most recent
interesting.
one with Chris Pine or whatever. That one's a great one. Really
Okay.
good, solid movie. Standalone, even if you don't like Dungeons and Dragons, it's a good movie. The Dungeons and Dragons with Marlon Wayans is fucking awful. Like, it is so bad, dude.
You got me googling. I see.
But it is it's a classic if you want to check it out. It might be Sean or Marlon. I don't know which one it is.
But you had had a great experience.
I had a great experience to the point where next year we're going again. A lot of us from the group, I think everybody is going to come back again, and we're going to go camping this time.
I was just going to ask, can you stay there overnight?
You can, but you got to get the camping tickets pretty early because it sells out like crazy. Because, dude, there was thousands of people there.
Carlos, what about next year? We go up for this, but we have to figure out some shows. Like we could do the dope show.
It's
Are
in
you,
summer, so I probably won't be doing shows. Like, I'll do the club shows, but
that's what I mean.
yeah. But it's usually at the end of the month. So
Okay.
and it'd be at 4:00. So it'd be like 2 weeks because it'd be the same day.
in July. It's the last weekend in July.
It's every weekend in August and
Okay,
July.
what
Yeah.
month of- Okay.
All right.
It's
figure
the
out.
last
That'd be-
2 weekends and the first 3 weekends in August.
All right.
I'm down to figure out what's going on.
And I mean, it's all about experiences, you know. Like,
Absolutely.
Dude,
I mean,
it's pretty tight. It's like one thing that's really cool is it's right next to my parents' house. So like we could like even have a base to go shower and stuff.
oh, nice.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's like it. Whoa, my shit's cutting out. I can. I'm always down for like experiences and stuff,
Mhm.
and it also just is. I know that Tyler's gonna just be so happy and like seeing him in his environment. You know, it'd be fucking great. It's like
Dude,
a
I'm
little
definitely
kid.
gonna dump serious cash on costumes next year. Like this
Oh,
year, I was
wow.
like, let's just do 100, like at most $100. So my whole get up, I think, was about $80. But next year, I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna go out. We're gonna go all
I'll dress as Hordor.
Okay.
four-door. We were trying to think of a way to bring my friend in a wheelchair again. We're like, maybe we should just get a wooden wagon and drag him around. It'd be a little bit easier, you know?
Wow.
Dude. And then
One of the fun things about the fair too is there's a guy that does walk around with a big wooden wagon, and he collects trash from the vendors, but he just goes, "Bring out your dead, bring your dead."
that's hilarious. And Sandy, on the whole birthday tip, Sandy was out here 2 weekends, not last weekend, weekend before, and yeah, and it was great. Sandy came out with Linda, her friend, and we went to Capo's Italian restaurant out here. And Carlos, you'd never been there before, right?
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah.
Oh, you had. Okay, shit. But
Yeah.
Sandy hadn't, so fuck it.
Right. It was her birthday. Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to my Sandy.
Did that, and then we also went to the One Up. There's a One Up place out here. It's an arcade. You just pay like $10 to get in, then you can play all the games, and they got food and shit. And
Oh yeah.
that was and then I fucking ended up buying a little arcade for the house for me and Angel, and so she's a big Miss Pac-Man fan, Pac-Man and Galaga and stuff. So we have that here at the house now. But it was cool. And Sandy stayed here, and we did it up, and then we got hammered her last night.
We also saw Deadpool.
Hell
Yes,
yeah.
fuck, Deadpool was
Yeah, we saw
great.
Deadpool.
Loved it.
Yeah, it was good. It was great.
So good. Also, speaking of movies, crazy, like if you like, I love movies with like a twist. There's a movie called What You Wish For. Oh yeah, Carlos saw it. I told Carlos to watch it. It's fucking wild. It's a crazy.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I've seen so many movies, and I had to go through my mind. Like, oh, okay, yeah, that one. Yeah,
it's a
was
wild
Missouri.
movie.
Yeah.
It's a fucking wild movie. What You Wish For. I think it's on Prime. And then I just saw it's out on Apple now. Instigators. Awesome. Very good. It's Matt Damon and Casey Affleck.
Casey Affleck.
It's like a comedy action movie, and it's Casey Affleck is hilarious. He's fucking so funny in the movie. It's great. So I recommend those. And that's Jay's Movie Corner.
Okay. You're going to have to start adding that segment in.
Yeah, no shit. Also, I talked to Phil Fox yesterday. Yesterday and Sunday. So I'm giving a couple updates. So I know Carlos doesn't know Phil. You'll get to know him because he's gonna at some point. Phil was when I started this podcast. I originally started it. It was just me. I would just talk, but for whatever reason, I could not stop yawning. For whatever reason, I would just be yawning constantly. And then Phil was the first person that came on, was like a co-host. Paulo, come here. And he was the co-host for the longest, and he would come and go and different. And Phil is insane. Like he's just a lovable guy, and he's like, I always say he's walking Murphy's Law. Like the craziest stories happen to him and by him, and it's just insane. But he had some addiction problems, and he went into rehab and stuff. And so the update, and he's going to come on and give an update of. So I don't want to give away too much, but he's doing good. He was thinking about coming on today, but he's moving tomorrow to Idaho, and once he gets situated, maybe in like 2 or 3 weeks, he's going to come on and give us an update. And so I'll let him tell you that. Yeah, but it's a good reason. I'll let him tell it when he comes on. But I just want to, because I know the people that have been on the podcast, everybody always asks, how's Phil doing and this and that. So I just want to tell you he's doing good. As of right now, he's doing great.
Yeah, not so great because he's moving to fucking Idaho.
No shit. And so I did Jokers this weekend in Richland, Washington.
Speaking of
dude. So it's oh yeah, Sandy, you bet. You're welcome. Happy birthday. So Jokers is now, it's booked through I won't get into who it's booked through now, but it used to be booked through Max there, and used to pay pretty good, and it was chill. You just do one show a night and everything. Now not so. I mean, it doesn't pay as well now.
That's how I caught that used to pay pretty good.
The pay is now probably half to a third of what it used to be, but they say in the club, Jokers, like they have a social media person now that they're trying to build up, which is great. Good. You should, that's great. But they say in the
long time ago.
Well, they say, also their Instagram is like Jokers 917483227 or some weird ass numbers.
Yeah,
I'm like, how the fuck is that your phone number or your zip code? What is that? Right. Latitude and longitude. But the itinerary you get for the gig, they say they may ask you to stream your show, to live stream it. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. And I was like, okay, cool. I knew immediately. I was like, yeah, I don't want them live stream my shit. So we get out there, and the social media person, by the way, Mike Krasner, Carlos knows this. You don't know Mike, Tyler, but Mike Krasner's a comic here in Vegas, and it just so happened he's featuring. I had no idea. Neither one of us had any idea the other was going to be performing or we were going to be working with each other.
Wasn't he on the calendar? I feel like he should have at least known.
Wait, what?
Aren't you on the calendar? I feel like he
Oh
should have.
no, I wasn't. Up
Oh,
That's
until
even worse.
up until Friday, it was Spunky Robinson or some shit like that, or
Oh, that's
Spanky
so funny.
Robinson or something.
I know
I
Spanky.
ended up covering. That person had to cancel, and so I was covering. So we get out there, and the first night, the lady, she introduces herself very nice, and she was like, yeah, so we stream it we have like subscribers, and we stream it, and it's just for them, and so did you want to do it? And I go, I don't know if Mike wants to. I'm not interested, thank you, but that's okay. And then she kept for like 10 minutes trying to convince me. I think they did with Mike's, and Mike was just like, I don't care, whatever. And then Mike didn't like his first set. His second set he liked, but the first one I don't think he was happy with. But
Well, that's out there in the world now.
yeah.
So wait, but they streaming both sets because y'all had two shows a night.
It's one show a night.
Oh,
and
okay.
But she, so after I told her, I was like, yeah, I appreciate it, but no, I'm not interested in doing that. 10 minutes of, yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter to me, but you should do it. And I was like, no, I'm good. And then she over and over again, and every time she was like, you don't have to. And I was like, yeah, I thought it was pretty clear. I don't want to fucking do it. I don't want you to stream my shit. I'm like, I'm already, the pay is not the best. I mean, I took the gig, so I'm going to do the best of my ability, but the pay is already not the best. And then you want me to just a free show to people that didn't show up or bought tickets?
Right, pretty much.
And then she did the whole, I mean, it's great. We have like, I think she goes, yeah, sometimes we have like 600 or 700 people watching. It's good exposure. And I told her, I go, yeah, exposure doesn't pay my rent. So
if you got that much exposure, then why didn't one of those people, all those 700 people, give $1 so that way you can add on to the
why don't you expose them to my Venmo or my cash?
Absolutely.
If you don't,
she tries to timeshare you.
There should definitely be pauses in that stream that say "pay here" and like cut out. But if you have a comedy club that's just live streaming their shit for free, why the fuck would anybody buy a ticket to that show?
Exactly.
They can stay in the comfort of their home and not have to move, not have to go pay for gas and nothing. They just turn it
items.
on.
Yeah, fuck that.
Right. They got all the items they want at home. So why would they? What's the benefit?
Any comedian that live streams still charges the same for the ticket. 100%. Like it's probably half the ticket price, but it's still at least it's some money.
And then she was like, if you want, we'll give you your set afterwards. I was like, I record my own set, so I'm good. I'm like, I don't
hard pass.
I actually said that to her at one point because she kept asking. I was like, I thought it was pretty clear. I don't know how I can be more clear. I don't want to stream my shit. Like, Mike wants to, great, and I don't. And then they didn't do it the second night. I don't think she was even there. Maybe she was mad at me. I don't know. But I was like,
it's because they didn't have 600 people ready to go on the live. That's why. But she sounded like she's trying to do the timeshare presentation on a live stream. Like, come on, just buy it. Just come buy into this. Like, no, we're good.
But the shows were fun. The Friday we had there was a table of 4 older ladies, and I was fucking with them, called them the Golden Girls, asked them which one was Blanche, the whore. And they immediately, all 3 of them, pointed at one lady. They were like, her. There's no question whatsoever. I'm going to try and put that into a clip because it was fun. And second show was Saturday was or the second show Saturday was great, and it was fun. It sucks because I like Max and who owns the Jokers, and then Becky, who's the bartender there. She was like, I was so happy when I heard you were coming out, and I was like, I love you, Becky, but this will probably be the last time I'll be out here, just because I mean, it just I was like, it's just the money. It's it's not worth it financially. What'd Sandy say? Our comedians could still be catching up from COVID closures, and supporting them in the clubs / venues financially brings me joy. Gotcha. Our comedians
will never catch up to the COVID closures. I mean, I don't think I'll ever catch up to the amount of money that we lost.
Yeah, it was brutal. It was brutal. Did you we might have asked or talked about this before. I did 2 like longer sets. Did either of you do any stream shows during COVID?
Yeah,
I
I
did
hated it.
at least three, and it was fucking
Ooh.
horrific. One of them had 250 people in the room, and it was just pictures. Maybe like the admin, you could see her face, and maybe
Yeah.
somebody else, but the rest of them were just pictures. So you literally had to do, I think, 35 to 45 minutes on a live, and then at the
Wait,
end they were like,
sorry, was it like a showcase show that
no, it
you
was
were
like
filming 40, or you did 45 on your own?
yeah, I did 45 on my own. Yeah, and it was
I
like
did that once, and that was my last one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it
No
literally
thanks.
was like, yeah, it was like doing a comedy show in front of a picture book, a picture album, and I was like, and at the end, I was like, well, because of course you're clocking your time because you have to. I'm watching it 45 minutes. I was like, well, I'm done because I'm not gonna go long. And it was like, no, keep going. I was like, absolutely not. I can't hear anybody. You can't. Nobody. You can get a couple laughing emojis or the little heart things come up, but it was painful.
Yeah, that's
Painful.
I co-headlined with Colin Moulton, great comic. Shout out to Colin Moulton. And we were both doing 45 minutes, and I was 10 minutes into that 45 minutes, and in my head, I'm like, just get through it. Just get through it.
Yeah,
this will be your last one.
yeah.
Just get through it. It was fucking brutal. I mean, I was like, I've been like, while I was doing it, I'm like, you know, maybe I could do Uber or something while this is going on, because this is just not it.
I mean, because you got to think about it. You're literally just sitting there talking. It's you're giving a comedy presentation.
It's like you're going over your set in the mirror.
Yeah.
You know, there's no feedback. There's nothing. It's awful. I did it. I did the Nowhere Comedy Club. If you
was
guys
that Hofstadter's?
I don't know whose it was, but it was but it had a very nice production. The host was great. He obviously was used to it. They had like this fun rundown of like, you know, like don't you can keep your camera on so we can see you and we might even interact with you, but like try and mute yourself. And I remember I couldn't hear anybody and I didn't have my headphones in, and I just did mine a cappella. Like, just, I'm back here, I got the mic, I can't hear 0 people. But I had my headphones in for the other comic sets, and some people would forget to mute themselves, and you just hear them go, "Yeah, I'm watching it. Yeah, this guy ain't that funny though. Yeah. Could you bring me a Coke too?" You're just like, God, fucking damn it, dude.
I did, like I said, I did 2. One was that co-headline one. The other one might have been in the Nowhere Comedy or something, but this was when I was quarantining in Phoenix with my friend Hillary Hudson, and because I wanted it to be like, you know, I didn't want to do it in the living room because they're family and everything, so I did it in the garage in Phoenix in the heat. I'm just fucking sweating. I was only doing like a 10-minute or 15-minute set, but I'm just like, let's get through it. Just fucking get through it, man. That's fucking the worst.
Awful. It's a comedy show where everybody has a mic. Everybody has a mic at the show.
Oh, fuck.
You can get heckled in full volume.
Dude.
Or via keyboard. They type it up. How you get heckled from a key? Like, they actually type in the messages. This dude ain't funny.
Dude, when I ended my set, I just shut my laptop. I didn't watch the rest of the show. I just shut it. And then I opened up a window on my PC in the other room where I just like, all right, maybe there's an online school I could do. Something,
exactly, dude. That's what I'm the whole time. I'm like, okay, what else can I do during COVID? It gives you it doesn't matter how well you do on one of those streaming shows. It feels like how you feel after you majorly bombed.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You get done and you're just like, did I make the wrong career choice?
I did one of my favorite bits, and I'm like, I will never know how it went, but in my mind it went so bad. And I just like went to bed. I just like laid down. It's the fastest that I could ever be like in my cocoon of depression, you know, like the fastest that you're
That's
done.
hilarious.
Oh, fuck.
Never again.
And it's in
Sandy
your own
said,
home. You can't even leave. You can't even leave.
yeah, you're like, gotta take a walk. I guess I'll just walk to the bedroom.
I'm just pacing in my house. Oh God, that was
Sandy
bad.
said folks were brutal during some of the keep your distance sets too.
I saw some of those. Yes.
So yeah, for those that don't know, Kev on stage, Kevin Fredericks, did these shows, Keep Your Distance, which those were great because as he had a little bit of an audience, it was like maybe 20 to 30 people. Everybody had to be COVID checked, and he did them in LA, and then he would stream that. So as a comic, you felt good because you had a live audience. You had 20 to 30 people. You had immediate reaction and stuff, and then when it was live streamed, people could comment on it. And I remember I think I did 2 of them, and one of them right after my set, I think Precious Hall went up, and while her set was going on, somebody famous died. I can't remember. I think somebody famous died, or some major thing happened. So she's doing her set, and any other time she would, and like there locally it was going great, but everybody on the stream was like, yo, did you see so and so died? Or yo, what the fuck? And nobody's like watching her set. I felt so bad for her because she does great. But yeah, Keep Your Distance was those were fun as far as like as a comic doing it. But some of the comments can be brutal on those. I mean, it cracks me up in general, like people that comment, especially. I mean, I've always said that I have a rule that whatever social media, you can comment on any of my thing, you can talk shit as much as you want, as long as you have a profile. If you have a profile, then yeah, we can go back and forth. That's fine. But if you don't have a profile, you don't have a picture, you've never even done any posts, then I'll just delete your comment and block you, because it's not fair. You gotta have some shit if we're gonna go back and forth. But like there was a dude that commented I posted this thing, one of my daily videos, and it was like a person that was like spoke to animals, right? Well, I just saw somebody had posted it, and I saw it, and then I did a video on it. Well, this guy's like, this is a fucking actor. Don't be so dumb, you fucking idiot. And are you this stupid? And I was just like, I'm like, yeah, I knew it was an actor, and then I presented it that it wasn't. That's exactly what I did. Are you that fucking stupid that you think this? I'm like, there's different ways to handle this. You could have been like, hey man, I don't know if you know or not, but this is actually an actor, and this is I'd be like, oh fuck, I didn't even know. They got me. And thanks for the heads up. But people just immediately go, you fucking idiot. What kind of a dumb piece of shit? You should kill yourself.
People, they stressed out. They taking it off on everybody else.
Yes, exactly.
They stressed.
Sandy, do you remember any of the roasts or like some of the most brutal shit you saw? You don't have to say the comic, but hey, what up, Sandy?
Don't say the comic. No, say it.
Yeah, don't say it. Don't. But I'm just wondering if people were just like, what's the most brutal shit you heard? And then
I got to film my special too, which was pretty sick.
Tell us about it.
It was fun, man. It was nerve-wracking because it's one shot. It's very much like how they did the Comedy Central specials, where they just have 1 hour and a half long show and 3 comics. We each got a half hour, and then we just kind of reuse the same it's the same crowd. So but it was fun. I think I had a really great set. Like I definitely killed it. Like I crushed it. I did really well.
I talked to you afterwards, right? Or the day after?
Yeah. I hate being like, I fucking crushed it. But there's video evidence. You'll see it later. I did very well.
You were happy with your set.
I was super happy. And I wasn't like, fuck. Because other people that did the show in different weekends, they were telling me that their experience fucking sucked. Because like somebody heckled the whole time. And they're like, I don't even want the tape. Like that fucking sucks.
And what was this a taping for?
It's called the Make Me Famous show at Tacoma Comedy Club. So, which is a really great name. But basically they teamed up with this film crew. This guy, Brett, who's been filming local comics, and he's doing a really good job. Like he filmed one of the Dr. Phil's when it was up here. So he's like making a name for himself for filming specials and filming comics, and it's a smart thing to do because you can just, you know, charge up the ass to get like a good tape or whatever. But he did a very professional job, and it's just like it's 3 cameras with like a wandering camera. There's a camera on a fucking slide, you know, so it's
Nice.
gonna look great. But yeah, basically the club is giving free specials to any comics that do the show, but they get to use your content on their social medias for the first month, and then you get the full tape yourself.
Oh, and so you can after a month you can put it on your own channel
Exactly.
and monetize it, do whatever you want.
No.
Yeah.
That's
So
dope.
That's nice. Yeah.
I'm cool with it because it's like it's a local club. Like throw my shit up there. I don't care.
TCC, right?
Yeah.
Shout out Tacoma Comedy Club, the Norwest family. I fucking love them.
Yeah. I've always wanted them to do something like this, and I think it's great. It does suck though that it's one take, you know, like you got one shot.
I mean, sometimes though, that's like it puts you more on edge, which I think is good. Like, you know, it puts you more like it's some people, you know, what do they say, pressure burst pipes, you know, some people collapse under that pressure, but then also there's the other people that step up and they fucking excel at it. Like I filmed I taped my first album at TCC, Jokes I Don't Want to Do Anymore. That was the name of the album. And then, but my second special that I filmed in Boston, we had 2 shows, and like the first 2 different audiences too. And the first show, I wasn't happy with it because I got in my head, because the first show they were like, yeah, just do 30 minutes on this first show, and on the second one you can do your whole, you know, 45 minutes or an hour or whatever. And so the first show, they gave me the light, but I was like, that can't be the light. That seems like that was like 15 minutes in. They gave me a light, but it was actually the light at 30 minutes. So I ended up doing like 45 minutes on both shows. But excuse me, I was in my head on the first show because the whole thing, I was like, was that the light? That wasn't the fucking light. That couldn't be the light. And then I'm like, now where's the light? I haven't got the light. What's going on? But the second show, I like kind of like you were saying, I was like, well, I'm gonna just go fucking crazy the second show, and I was happy with. I was like, just use the second show. That's all you got to use. You can get everything from that. And when does it come out, Tyler?
I don't know. We'll find out. I'll tell you guys when I find out. I don't know.
All right.
Waiting. They haven't even posted the first one yet, so I don't know.
And Carlos, when you did yours, Part-Time Famous on Amazon Prime with Laugh After Dark, was it just one show?
I had one take. I had one take to knock it out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that was it was I was fine going up to it, but then that show was actually packed. So I was like, oh shit. So, but I feel like I did well. Obviously the first one that I've ever done. So I was pleased with that. But I did get in my head toward the end because something I wanted to do was supposed to transition into something else, and I forgot it. And then I went back and picked it up later. But it didn't feel like it was off. But then I started getting in my head like, fuck, is that gonna sound fucked up, to the point that when I got done, if you notice on my special at the end, I was like, all right, thank y'all, goodbye. And I just walked off. Like I didn't pause for no applause or nothing, because I was already like, fuck, I was going through my head. And he was like, no, you gotta go back. And I was like, for what? And he was like, you gotta let the people enjoy the moment. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
Get that standing O.
Right. And then I went back and they gave me the standing O, but I literally was like, all right, that's it. Thank y'all. Good night.
Well, you didn't know how to dismount.
No, because I was pissed off in my head at that point. So I was like, fuck, how is that going to look? I'm already thinking ahead of them editing it. So I was like, oh man, that's gonna be fucked up. And I was like, okay, no, that turned out well.
I think it might have been Bobcat Goldthwait gave me some good advice. I think it was him. If it wasn't, then it was somebody else that gave me some good advice that I can't remember who it was. But he was saying, like, with your special, if you fuck up on anything, it's okay to be like, oh, sorry guys, hold on, let me start that over. Because with editing, it can the transition will look smooth. So, and that really put my mind at ease before doing it, because I was like, oh yeah, so I don't have to like. Even if it is one take, I don't have to be like fuck, I fucked that up, and then that's going to ruin the whole rest of my set because all I'm thinking about is like, fuck, I stuttered on that. I can just be like, hold on, let me do that again. I didn't end up needing to do it on the set, but it helps relax my mind, before going in, which I wish somebody would have told me on my first album. I wish somebody would have said that, if you fuck up on something, they can edit it. So just reset it.
Just reset
and people are almost like going to erupt more because they know like, oh, he's trying to get it right.
Right.
So it's,
that first one is interesting though, to get in the can. So I'm gearing up mentally for the next one because I kind of know what to expect now. And so we getting there.
Do you know
the comic that went on before me when we were like, when he got off and then they're resetting everything, he just walks by me and goes, God, this crowd's so they're so tight, like as tight as, and they were like clamped up. And I was like, oh, really?
Right.
Like,
he was before you or after you?
Yeah, like he was before me, and he was like bummed about how tight the crowd was. And then and I'm not gonna lie, the first thing I said got such a huge reaction, and it was not, I would not say it was very funny, but it got a very big reaction. I'm like, this crowd's not fucking tight. What the fuck?
That's they all in.
No, what
you got it in my head.
What do you know what you're gonna call the special?
You talking about Tyler?
Yeah. I don't
Tyler,
know.
go.
I don't know, but I do want to film a skit that goes before it. And I think that'd be really funny because I got a really good idea for that.
All right,
that'd be dope. That's something different.
Yeah.
We could. Do you want to premiere it on the HWP?
Yeah, we can.
We can watch it and we can critique it.
There it is.
Real time. I'm fucking with you.
Do it like it's a Zoom show. Just stand on there typing.
Whoa. Yeah, let's watch yours immediately after that.
And it's just the fat version of me. Oh God. What are you going to name yours, Carlos? Your next one.
I'm thinking about you asked for it. You asked for it. And this is where I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna say all the shit that people don't know about me and that I've always wanted to say.
Ooh.
So I think that's gonna be the next one.
Sandy said she loves skits before comedy specials. The one that I filmed in Boston, which now is finally getting edited and worked on, that one's going to be called Green Monster. It's filmed in Boston.
Is it not out yet? Where is it?
No. Huh?
No, that was like a year ago, wasn't it?
I know. Okay, fucking Jesus Christ, but you know what I wanted to name it, which you guys will get what the meaning is, but you'll also understand why I couldn't name it this. I wanted to name it Mass Murderer, Massachusetts Murderer, like murder on stage, but obviously, mass murder is probably not the best. The next special I'm going to title So Brave.
Okay.
That's fun.
So brave. Just so brave. So brave.
Okay. Picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah. All right. Let's we should wrap this up. Carlos and I are going to go. He's tiredly going to go do this mic with me, and then he has a show. Let's go. Carlos, what do you got coming up?
Yeah, like you just said, we're about to go hit the stage at Wise Guys. Hopefully that'll be the wake up I need for the second show I have going on tonight, which is at I don't know. Classic Jewel. It's at Classic Jewel. Then we are in Bakersfield this weekend. I'll pick up some shows at LA Comedy Club, and then I'm in Arizona coming up after that, and Atlanta. So everything is working out. PartTimeFamous.com.
Where are you at in Arizona and
Arizona, it's stir crazy. Atlanta, I'm finalizing the details for the punchline.
Oh, sick. And Tyler.
This weekend I'm doing my own thing. I'm still taking my summer break, but next Saturday, the 24th, I have 3 dope shows. Tacoma Comedy Club, the Roxy Theater, and Raymond Theater, and Kalia McGill's gonna be here for that, so it should be a really fun one.
Kalia who?
Isn't it McNeil?
McNeil?
What'd I say? McGill?
McGillicuddy?
What was
I can't wait to tell her what you called her.
Please don't. I feel like we don't have a good relationship.
The best. You fucking love her. Wait, Kalia's there. She's there in Seattle when?
The 24th of August. Yeah.
Sandy, he's going to be at Stir Crazy. If you're asking about
29th.
And we also Carlos and I, it's just kind of getting confirmed today. We'll be doing laughs in Arizona, in Tucson, Arizona, in December. It's in December, I think. Wait, no, is it December?
Yeah, I think it's in December.
Yeah, in December. I'll also see if I can do Stir Crazy too. I have Stir Crazy in December. We'll talk about it later. But okay, what do I have coming up this week? Yes, we are going to be at the Well Comedy Club in Bakersfield, California, Saturday, one night only. Carlos and I. Weekend after that, I got a lot of stuff here in Vegas. I'm doing Friday the 23rd. I'll be in Sacramento, one night only for Comedy Under the Stars in Fair Oaks, California, right by Sacramento. And then got other stuff in Vegas. Just go to bigirishj.com for tickets. And until next week, appreciate all of you guys tuning in. And until next week, bye.